Alex, P3 in qualifying there, it was tricky up there with the rain and the red flag as well, but a good result after Alton.
Yeah, I'm really happy finally to put the lap together in qualifying. I think in Alton we struggled slightly. I kind of made a couple of mistakes myself and didn't really get the lap together, but I think now did a good enough lap to put me at the sharp end. So yeah, it's looking good for the races.
And it looked tricky to pass at Alton, but what are you expecting at Silverstone? Is it be a bit easier, or whether it's raining?
I think the track's a lot wider, and I think there's more opportunities maybe to use the slipstream to your advantage to get past. But I think at the same time, we have Cops, Maggots, and Beckets where you're going to get pretty bad dirty air when following, and then we have a long straight after that. So I think if you can manage to stay close and manage to be okay in the dirty air, then possibly. But I think it will be quite tricky as well.
So John, tricky qualifying out there with the rain and the red flag, but great to get on the front row behind Kucharski.
Yeah, exactly. A bit of a monsoon out there, but the car felt awesome. Full thanks to the team and Paul, my engineer. But yeah, round one was a bit of a nightmare for me, so not really any better way to bounce back than double P2. So yeah, front row starts for this afternoon and tomorrow. So yeah, just try and get a clean start and see what can happen. So.
And what's it like managing the high-speed turns out there?
Yeah, you got to be so careful. The car's just on a knife edge the whole way around the track when it's wet like this. And especially, with track limits, so easy to just run wide at turn one or stow. But yeah, it's just finding that limit and finding where the grip is, and yeah, just pushing as hard as you can.
And it's your second season in the championship now, so do you feel there's a bit of extra pressure?
Maybe, but I'm just loving every minute like it was last year. Just trying to go out there, try my best, and yeah, as long as I'm doing my best, hopefully good results can come.
So no, P12 in race one at Silverstone here. Very wet out there. How was it?
Yeah, it was scary for sure. You couldn't really see anything. I know in the wet you can't see anything, but this was something else. But it was a good race. We got P12 starting P14. I learned a lot that race. It was nice to be green flag as well. We never had a full course yellow, which is really good to see that all these drivers could get through these tricky conditions. So it was a good race for sure.
Timek, Silverstone qualifying in GB3, a great pole position there ahead of John Bennett for Douglas Motorsport. What was it like up there?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. We managed to do 2 good laps in tricky conditions. I felt pretty confident from the beginning of the weekend on both wet and dry. Yeah, I think just keep the momentum going and onto the races now.
And how much are you enjoying driving Silverstone?
It's pretty fun, these fast sections, I'm not gonna lie. Going from Maggots to Beckett's flat is pretty fascinating and exciting. And yeah, I would say I think it's not the favorite track of the calendar this year, as I would rather drive like Alton, Brands Hatch, more challenging, tighter, you have to do less mistakes, but I enjoy the circuit a lot, and yeah, glad to grab our first pole in second race weekend.
So James, P9 in race 1 at Silverstone, of course, a very wet race out there. How would you assess things?
I assess things, the race in general very dangerous and not ideal for me, just lacks a bit of pace. I really thought I was going to come through, I'm sure many people did as well, but yeah, I don't know, this weekend's definitely been a challenging one, we had a good weekend at Alton, we've been good in pre-season testing, but it's just not working for us. But look, we're coming back again. It's these times that count, for the championship, the difficult times. So we know we're strong everywhere else. We'll sort this out as a team and find some more pace soon, especially for the up and coming races.
So Costa, a P8 in race 1 at Silverstone. You got a 5-second penalty for the track limits, but still good points to start the weekend.
Yeah, it's good points. A bit disappointing from the start. Went back to 5th from starting 3rd, so it's a bit disappointing race. But we've got tomorrow to start 3rd again and another chance at it. And as you said, good points. Still finished. A lot of people didn't, so it's just good to get those points as well. Yeah.
And what corner did you go over the limit for the track limits penalty? And how much of a fine margin was it out there?
Yeah, it was a bit of unfortunate. It was very close in the spray, and it was down at Brooklands corner. I had 2 offences before, but it was just one that wasn't intentional. Actually, just ran off. Lost quite a bit of time from it, but unfortunately, the rules are the rules. You get track limits. So, but I think tomorrow should be a bit better for sure.
So Alex, P4 in race one at Silverstone, a very wet race out there. You just bogged down off the line. Is that what cost you the podium out there?
Yeah, I think through nobody else's fault but my own. Made a mistake off the line, got a little bit of wheel spin, and then I think from then on, and combined with pretty much not being able to see, and then dirty air was very difficult. I think ultimately the pace was pretty strong, but it's quite hard to maximise on it with the dirty air and the spray as well. So yeah, definitely. I think I would have liked a little bit more, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of positives to take, so I'm quite happy.
And what was it like on the track? Was there any aquaplaning or any bad visibility out there?
The visibility was really bad, and there was a couple of spots where we got pretty bad aquaplaning, which made things quite difficult. I think as the race went on and the rain came down, it got harder and harder. But yeah, I think ultimately it was a tricky one, but I'm still pretty happy.